around the arena, and they come back around this side. They have a chat with the owners. They know more about the vehicles than I do. It's very, very nice to have different vehicles that we had yesterday. Very, very nice to see them too. Austin 16. Tell us all about this one.
Austin 16, born in 1946.
Lovely, thank you very much. They're very, very popular little car. You could build a 2004. Now, big, and it's wide, and it's an estate. Tell us all about it.
This car used to belong to the late Queen Elizabeth. It was her personal car in Balmoral. 1984 with an estate.
Lovely, thanks. So great history to this one. Thank you. Now the little Citroen van. Built in France, of course. Tell us all about the little Citroen.
She's a 1984 Citroen Acadian 602cc flat twin, imported into the UK in 2006.
Hence she's still left-hand drive, having worked her life in France. Thank you.
That's fine.
Now a little bubble car, a Trojan bubble car, 1964, judging by the number plate on the front. You can see why they got the nickname the bubble car, because it looks as though you are sat into a bubble. And I believe these are the same, that when you open the door, the steering wheel partly comes out with it. Not this one, I'm thinking of the Messerschmitt, aren't I?
BMW ones that come out with the BMW ones. Yeah. I had this one for just over a year. I've had a couple of them in the 90s. I bought this one for my daughter's wedding, so I'll take her to her wedding in it. And that means I've got an extra car now, so I'm going to keep it. 200 cc's of power, rebuilt all the mechanics, etc., the bodies as it was. It's not easy to drive, you have to get used to driving it obviously, but loads of miles to the gallon, and you can't dodge the potholes because your back wheel goes down. But apart from that, it's okay.
Brilliant, thank you. And of course you've got to get used to sitting on the wrong side. There are little engine there driving the back wheel. There we have another Rover. Hello, tell us all about this.
Well, this is a 2005 Rover 75 V8. So these cars are the last roll of the Dicer MG Rover. It's powered by a 4.6 litre Ford V8 engine, and it's also rear-wheel drive, which of course all other 75s and MGs are front-wheel drive. And I've had it since about 2016.
And enjoying it?
It's a very nice car to drive. It floats you between petrol stations.
Well, yes, yeah, you just about managed to get from one to the other before refilling. That's the trouble with the V8 engines. They're lovely engines, but they're rather thirsty. Now another manufacturer, Hillman Minx. The Minx name, I think, started right back in the 30s on some of their models, and they seem to keep the name going and sort of updated the vehicles. But tell us all about this one.
It's a 1961 Minx Series 3C, and it's known as Audrey after Audrey Hepburn. It's my daughter's car, so I know very little about it. It's a 1500cc, 4-speed gearbox, and the handbrake's on the wrong side, which bucks me up no end trying to find it.
Well, you're not used to it with a Land Rover because the Land Rover's in the middle. Another sporting MG. Tell us all about this one.
So this is a late 2003 MG TF. This one has the 1.6 litre engine. Most of them had a 1.8 K series engine. I've owned it since January 2018. This is the updated model. The predecessor was the MGF, and the main change they did was they changed the hydrogas suspension back to normal springs.
Which is probably a good thing. Not really hydroelastic suspension, yeah. At least it don't keep going down and springing up leaks. Well done. Now we've seen the Morris Minor convertible. Now we've got the basically estate car version of it, the Morris Minor Traveller. Absolutely immaculate, this one. Beautiful condition. Tell us all about it.
Well, I've had it about, what's it now, since 2013. And it is this year 70 years of the Morris Minor Traveller, so we're celebrating that. 3 weeks ago we had our Morris Minor rally up at Gaydon, and this one, well, lucky, won 2 prizes, so first prizes, so I got pleased with that, yeah. But no, I mean, I tend to look after the wood every year. That needs doing every year, you can't leave it, and basically maintain it. That's what I do.
Well done, congratulations on winning prizes. The wood is not there just to make it look different, that is actually structural. And if you took one of these in for MOT and you've got wood rot in it, it will fail because it is part of the structure. Seems strange that wood would cause you an MOT failure rather than metal, but it does. Now the Mini Moke. Alec Gonis developed the Mini, stuck a wheel on each corner, went like a stink, cross-mounted engine, which was quite something new at the time, with a gearbox underneath it. And then they started to produce the Moke, really as a, well, I believe it was originally the idea the army might have used it. But of course, as you can imagine, what use would this be to the army with the ground clearance when you start seeing army trucks that are sitting about 3 foot high, and then this is about, lucky if you've got 6-inch clearance under it. But they became very much a cult vehicle, they became very much a fun vehicle. Now I believe you must be the owner of this one, so you're going to do all the talking about it.
How long have I got? Yeah, this is, I'm the second owner, one owner until 3 years ago when I bought it. It was about the third from last on the production line in Portugal before they closed the factory, and it's a little bit of a different spec to some of the ones at the time, but as you said, they were first designed for military application, but because of the ground clearance it wasn't practical, and then in the sort of late 60s all the stuff was sent out to Australia, where they built the Californian version, which was more for a leisure world and in the warmer climates where it was a fun vehicle, and eventually it came back to Portugal, where this one was built, as I say, that the third from last on the production line.
Thank you very much. Yeah, nice to see one that survived and gone through all of that. Thank you. Now a very, very big, typical American vehicle, very wide, very long, massive great fins there on the back wings, which the Americans absolutely loved. Tell us all about this one.
It's a 1960 Fleetwood, known as a 60 Special. It's a V8, 6.5 litre petrol, very juicy. That's about it really, that's all I can say. It's all original, which is good. It needs a respray, but I'm quickly reluctant to give it to it.
The longer you can keep it original, I always think the better it is. Provided the paint's not actually falling off of it, it's much nicer to see it original than redone. That's only my personal view, but there we are. Yeah. Lovely, thank you very much. Very, very big vehicle.
Yeah.
Of course, the other things the Americans like is chrome. Now, starting back in America, was the Model T Ford. Henry Ford was the first man to, well, he said he was the first man to start the production line. I'm not sure, because Dennis Brothers in Guildford, that were known for building cars, they didn't build fire engines, but they were building cars, and they had a production line. If you know Guildford, Robber Buildings, where the Wetherspoons pub is, that was the original Dennis factory, and in there they had a production line. Whether it was before Henry Ford or not, I'm not sure. But anyway, this is the Ford Model T, very, very popular car indeed. Typical American, they were wooden spoked wheels and with a metal rim on the outside of them. Very, very nice wheel, brass radiator, and this one's painted blue. Remember the gentleman telling me yesterday, because Henry Ford had this thing, you can have a Model T any colour you like as long as it's black. And the reason for that was because on the production line, and in those days, black paint dried quicker than any of the colours. So that's why he wanted it down the production line as quick and off the end, so he couldn't wait for the paint to dry. But this one predates that. This is why she's blue. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, so that the assembly line was 1913, and as you say, he didn't invent it because he actually saw them doing a similar sort of thing on a food plant. It was cattle or beef or sheep or something, you know, where one guy was cutting a bit off. So this is 1912, built in the USA, but actually for the Canadian market, and that's why it's right-hand drive, because Canada in those days was right-hand drive. The interesting thing was that in Canada, when they swapped from right-hand drive to left-hand drive, they swapped all the cars one week and the lorries the next week. Not really. So with the charity, and you're obviously going to mention the charity, motor neurone disease, please come and see us, come and sit in the car, let the kids come in, toot the horn, we'll make you very welcome.
Thank you. And you know, certainly you could have your photo taken sat behind the wheel. Very different pedal arrangement on the floor compared with your car today. You've got 3 pedals, not one of those is your accelerator pedal, that's up on the steering wheel. You've got one as the brake, obviously, such as the brakes are on a Model 4 Model T.
We call it the slowing down pedal, not a brake pedal.
True, yeah, that's probably right. That's about all you do. One is to make it go forwards, and one to make it go backwards, basically. Now, talking of the motor neurone disease, on the front is a bucket. This car will be parked up down with the car display. Go along the seat, as the gentleman said, you can come and sit in it, you can toot the horn, anything you like within reason, but please give a donation, because motor neurone disease there is no cure. They're still working trying to find one, but there is no cure. It's a debilitating disease, it gradually comes on, it gets worse and worse and worse, and in the end you cannot do anything, the whole body shuts down totally, and inevitably of course you pass away. And the young rugby player, Welsh rugby player, you might have seen recently died, that is exactly what he died of, motor neurone. Rob Burrows. He died of the motor neurone disease, and that's how it takes him. You probably saw it on television, he had to be carried, lifted, everything, and that's how you end up. So please, put some money in the bucket and give generously. Every single one, this one, because he's using with steam, he's got a miniature and a full-size engine as well. Tell us all about this one.
Well, 1961, same year as the other one. Series 3B, the series. 15 engine, 3-speed gear, well it's 4-speed gearbox. First gear is straight cut gears, crash gear. The other 3 got synchro, and they were at the market trying to get the Rex market, which they did very well, but then Cortina came in the early 60s and Roots lost the way.
Lovely, thanks Graham. Right, thank you Graham. And bringing up the rear is the little Austin 7 van. Good morning. Now this is another one that's not steam driven and you're driving it. It's unusual because these are steam people that are driving these round. Tell us all about your little Austin 7 van.
Well, it's an Austin 7 that's been converted to a C-type van. And yeah.
So it's originally a saloon?
Yeah.
Originally a saloon and been put as a van? Yeah. Lovely. 1928. Very, very nice to see it. Lovely little vehicle. Nice bananas. Lovely. Brilliant. Thank you.
No, show. Made, and they made these for quite a lot of years. They made them as trials bikes, all sorts, didn't they? And what year is this one?
63.
1963. They did change them over the years, didn't they? And then eventually, when BSA and Triumph became one company, they put the Tiger Cub engine in a BSA Bantam frame. Why? I've no idea, but that's what they did.
Yes, 1963, this was called T20SH, which means sports mode, but it's just a very nice bike to ride about.
Oh, they're lovely bikes, and they're very well. A lot of people look for these, don't they? They're very collectible. Yeah, thanks very much. Now I'm going to call Steve in here. Now this Triumph, now there's a song, isn't there, Steve? Who sang it?
Was it Johnny Cash by any chance?
A chap called Johnny Cash. I don't know if you know the song. It was called One Piece at a Time, when Johnny Cash
He sang about a guy that worked for a car company and stole bits each year and built this car up. It was a 1950, 51, 52, 53, 54 Cadillac. Anyway, this bike is the equivalent. So it's a 1960 frame, 1962 with a 1970 front end, 1973 back end, and the 1954 idiot on the back. So this is the equivalent of the Johnny Cash song. Oh, look at this, a Spider Master. Now, this was round going, typical. And this made your own it's the same parts. The engine's in the back wheel, and not much more I can say. Right, I'll see what I can do in a minute, or we can talk more to the others. Right, I'm going to be there. Can you all start lining up here? Can you all line up here? Right, I saw the BSA 650 Lightning, Custom Plate 65, very nice bike, beautiful condition, and this chap said us all about it.
Yeah, the 1970 Lightning twin carbon version is done old. The last version, 3 was brake model.
That's lovely, yeah, you may notice that the tanks are very similar to two others, but that's a beautiful bike. Band of Pete we've spoken to, the Tribe we've spoken to, the 1950, 51, 52, 53, 54 Triumph. Now they've got the Honda 4, 550cc Honda, isn't it?
550cc Honda.
4-cylinder?
4 cylinders, yeah.
Yeah, this is really, I said this yesterday, that by the time this was made, the British bikes were only twins and triples, but this was a 4-cylinder. So this was the business, wasn't it?
They've done before. 4cc 400s before this one, didn't they? This one's got all bits and pieces to it. It's an F1 and trying to get to rebuild it and to get F2s and F3, all bits and pieces to it.
Right, okay, thank you very much, that's great. Lovely band to sport, this one, beautiful condition. This is what led to BSAs. This is, hold on a moment, this is playing up. I'll just be back in a minute. Lovely bike. So I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I can't go any further. But if we get them going round and round the arena, I'll see if I can pull a few more in again. Have a go around the arena, gents and ladies. They never start if you look at them, so ladies and gentlemen, don't look at them, then they'll start.
them here up in the arena. Very, very nice to see you all.
It doesn't matter if it's Christmas Day, they will go to the blood bank,
20% back
collect the supply of blood and take it to the hospital. And it's all voluntary.
I've done a spare
You don't get
battery in
paid
the
for
car.
doing it, it's all purely voluntary. So any money you collect, that's what will be collected from the steering
I wait
engine.
for the 5 to come out.
But these are in, very, very nice. Clayton steam wagon.
Have you got
Clayton Shuttleworth.
Have you got phase focus?
Not one of the biggest manufacturers of engines.
It's the first one.
And
Pictures, but of course it's not
I think, personally, I think this is the only plate and shuttleworth wagon that I've seen.
Instead of contrast.
Chain drive to the back axle.
Okay, yeah.
Very, very nice turned out machine. And very rare as well.
Okay, that's followed by the Wallace Oil Mast tractor named Storington, and engine to work for J. Penfold Limited, and it's a steam tractor. When we talk of a steam tractor, it's not an agricultural machine, it's a light haulage engine, so refinements over your ordinary agricultural engine include the belly tanks or Sandia tanks to carry extra water so you can travel further, and run suspension, if you can imagine the luxury of that. One of the little touches on a Wallace tractor was to enclose the motion work in an oil bath, hence oil bath tractor, for lubrication. Most engines use quick lubrication, which is total loss system, normally total loss off the shed floor.
Oh right, yeah. But they have also been known as a fire bath.
And Sentinel wagons are all under-type wagons, so they have the engine, for those of you who've been paying attention, under the chassis. There's a vertical boiler in the cab. This is an S4, so it's four-wheeler, shaft drive, and it's the nearest to a modern lorry that you will find in the steam world.
Well, this model of Sentinel was really, as far as steam engineering went, it never went any further than that, because of course the motor lorry took over from them, much easier to start up in the morning. Mr. Cook now with his wagon as well. That was fairly recently acquired, only had a couple of years now I think. Prince of Wales, this is Aveling Barford. Came about when the Aveling Port Company were then folded, and Barfords up in Lincolnshire came to the rescue, and they produced the Aveling Barford.
Yeah, one of the latest inventions by the steam rollers, followed by the Wallace Advanced roller, which was specially developed for working on tarmac. If you roll with a flywheel, you get a gap between force and reverse, which is resulting in turning holes in the roadway. So Wallace doesn't have a flywheel, so it's a reverse system.
Wheel-based Sentinel wagon. Sentinel was built up at Shrewsbury, and they also had a vertical boiler. Now, the one that's going round with the in front of the Shepherd Dean one, that's got, and again the HMS Sultan would come in with their Sentinel as well. They've got the vertical boiler mounted in front of the driver. On the S4 they moved the boiler back so it's actually behind the driver.
So yes, development of Sentinel wagons there. Now we've got the Parham tractor, this one, so again another light haulage engine, known as the gold medal tractor, because they were the prize winning entry in the 1903 RAC trials. And now we've been we've got the steam car.
Well done. Well done, Martin. That's ever going again. Built by Stanley, company in America, and talking about the
speed record for steam. 127 miles
up in North Wales.
Oh yeah. Unbelievable.
We described it 12 buckets of bits from an acid engine. And taken them a long, long time to actually rebuild it. But what a superb vehicle he's got. Doesn't burn coal, they burn kerosene or paraffin.
Trailers on the back there, all these engines are fitted with a winch on the rear axle.
So that particular one is served by Jimmy Marsh, which is white engine. So I think the twins have taken over now. But thanks to the all I've never heard on the lorry or on the road.
Spinner has got the gears absolutely spot on with that. And you normally get clanging the gears in some engines sometimes because the gears are not messy from you, they're very warm. But that one got it absolutely spot on.
He lives down at, he was saying if he put too much speed in.
Steam car again.
All you can hear from that is just
must be with the fortune
stuffing on the engine.
About 300,000.
All that's coming out the back is Motorbikes.
It's worth every penny. How to convert it to steam.
Keep going on about everybody having electric cars now.
Well, actually,
why don't we get back to the boiler?
Yeah, it's the boiler, yeah. Yeah, so it's got a mixture that goes in the boiler to burn.
So quiet, so smooth.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have
It
to
takes
fucking
about
know
10
what
minutes
to
to
start
do
them
the
up.
whole start. But then once you're running for the day, there's no delay. Yeah. I came yesterday, much better yesterday. Really? Nice and sunny yesterday. Although they forecast rain. That's right, they did forecast rain. We didn't get any. No, we got rain in Guildford where I live.
And this is interesting. Got a big winch on the back end, you can see the strand or land anchor at the back, and it actually has a separate steam engine.
You can get nice background glare as well. Oh yeah. When you're filming. Yeah. Or photograph.
So we've got Great Law.
I think I'll get the car, I've got to go later.
Very, very large road making and road rolling pump tractors. They will be taken to the railway yard and be loaded onto a wagon and be taken by train and unloaded at their destination.
And wind that handle and lower them into the road surface and turn the road up. Now you might think that's not a very good idea, but in the days before tarmac, when roads were water-bound and made out of hardcore, the traffic would soon break the road surface up. So you came along with your steamroller and you scarified it using the scarifier on the back of the roller. You see the fouler roller sitting in one as well. And pushing the steamroller down, you didn't get involved in the next bit, but it was all right level.
The way they work, you didn't attach the plough on the back like you do a tractor. You have one engine on one side of the field, and the other engine would be on the other side of the field. Now, underneath the belly of this engine, underneath the boiler, you can see a big horizontal drum with wire cable on it. And you would then run, you've got the engine at the top of the field, and you run the cable down to the engine at the bottom of the field. Down with the engine at the bottom of the field, you will have a plough, what we call a balance plough. But it's actually two ploughs joined together. One is on the ground, when one's on the ground, ready to plough, the other one is sticking up in the air at about a 45-degree angle. And you will attach that cable to the plough on the ground. Around the side, if you don't want to walk round, you can go along and have a ride in the wagon. That will take you round. They get an extra trip here because passengers will actually fall round the ring.
Now the cab, this is His Majesty, worked for Hickeys of Richmond, attended early rallies in East Anglia when it was still owned by them, been with the firm family for many years now. and it's driven by Toby Robinson.
So there we are, lovely line-up of engines, wagons, engines of different, all the different makes.